Joshua Perez, and today we will talk about terrorism in Ukraine, Poland, and Russia. Russia is not devastated by war, but terrorist attacks still occur where public transport locations are at. Most of the attacks have been claimed by ISIS. They have tried to combat terrorism by passing legislation and extra security around the country. Does get terrorist attacks by ISIS, but they are not devastated by war or conflict. The terrorists mostly attack Ukrainian officials. They are not attempting to stop terrorism because it is not very common. Rarely occur in Poland, but when they do, they are mostly in public places, more in places where there are travelers. They have tried to stop these terrorist attacks by having extra security around the country. They are not devastated by war or conflict. Russia is a part of NATO, European Union, Commonwealth of Independent States, Union of Russia, and Belarus Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, Paris Club, and the North Atlantic Cooperation Council. NATO does require military assistance. European Union, Union of Russia, and Belarus all require military assistance. And those organizations include Albania, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Czech Denmark, Estonia, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Turkey, United Kingdom, and the United States. Ukraine is a part of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe, World Trade Organization's European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, International Monetary Fund. None of these require military assistance. They do maintain their sovereignty as a country. Poland is a part of National Bank of Poland. They do not require military assistance. Ukraine is a part of Poland agreements. Russia does have nuclear weapons around the country. They have about 7,300 nuclear warheads. Russia is one of the top 10 most technologically advanced country. They use their weapons to fight against ISIS. Poland has no nuclear weapons. They can use their weapons to fight terrorism. They use their weapons to protect themselves from attacks. Poland has no known nuclear weapon. They do have military-grade weapons such as rifles, pistols, and snipers. It affects terrorism by having weapons to protect themselves. Poland does have advanced technology.
My name is Viviana Torres, and I will be discussing about the environmental policies that occur in Russia, Ukraine, and Poland. Feel as if Moscow does not care about protecting the environment. Putin has said 50% of Russia is unsatisfactory, and Russia has to change their environment policies, trying to change government regulations because they aren't working. Russia was ranked least out of 38 developed countries. Unlike Russia, Ukraine's environmental policy in Constitution of Ukraine. They have the right to ensure ecological safety in Ukraine, the right of citizens to healthy and safe environment, and the right to free access to information about environment. In Poland, the government has certain policies like the environmental policy or global environmental policy that protect Poland's environment. In 2005, politically people think that economic growth needs priority over protecting the environment. Russia has signed pacts and international agreements to protect the environment, such as the Agreement of Cooperation in Fields of Environmental Protection, Russian Federacy on the Implementation of Environmental Projects, and Republic of Kyrgyzstan. Russia has other international agreements but does not really enforce them. Some which are air pollution, Antarctic Environmental Protocol, Antarctic Marine, Antarctic Treaty, and so on. In Ukraine, some of the pacts and international agreements that protect the environment are air pollution, Antarctic Environmental Protocol, Antarctic Treaty, biodiversity, climate change, and so on. Russia is agriculture because due to the issues Russia and the Soviet Union had, Russia began to have more lands where they would grow crops as grains. In Russia, environment to people is very important because they have huge lands where they grow crops such as wheat, barley, sunflower seeds, oats, and potatoes. Because of this, to them it is very important since they get and grow crops in the land. Ukraine has 14.4% agriculture and 26.3% industrialized. Based on this data, they are more industrialized. The environmental water supply has been considered toxic since they found a problem which was Chemeboy. Ukraine, you release polluted water, heavy metal and oil pollution into Black Sea. Poland was one of the highest number of agricultural holdings, but as of 2016, Poland is 7.3 agricultural and 39.2% industrial. Poland continues to use a lot of materials and energy. The industrial waste has remained around the same from mining, manufacturing, and quarrying. Russia's primary sources of energy are natural gas, coal, oil, and hydropower. The primary sources, which are natural gas, coal, oil, and hydropower, are sustainable because they are being maintained at a certain percentage. For example, natural gas is 32% and oil is 12%, coal is 10%, and hydropower is 21% of total source they use. Ukraine's primary sources of energy is natural gas and oil. However, Russia provides Ukraine with natural gas and oil. Ukraine tries to vary its products of energy sources. Russia was a country that would provide Ukraine with many sources. Ukraine produces an amount of oil products about 7% of oil. Ukraine became independent from direct gas imports from Russia, which was 20% of energy in 2013. Ukraine's primary sources of energy are not sustainable because they are not at a steady amount. Poland's primary sources of energy are coal, lignite, and peat. Enhancing gas supply by making an LNG terminal, expand underground storage capacity, increase domestic gas production, focusing on expanding use of renewable sources. Coal is 55% of primary energy supply and 92% of electricity generation.
We'll be going over Russia, Poland, and the UK. We'll be going over their healthcare conditions and their healthcare they receive and how they die of curable diseases. In a few moments, we'll be going over their hospital conditions, how patients have to lay on bloody beds, dirty sheets, and on some wood table. For Russia, most people, especially men, die because of their drinking habits. They have excessive drinking, and their life expectancy is 70 years for men and 55 years for women. And in Poland, they have the lowest life expectancy because of cancer, obesity, and diabetes. Poland does not receive so much treatment because it's expensive. Their hospital conditions are really bad. It's really very unsanitary. And for the UK, their life expectancy is 71 years for males, and for women is 76. The UK is extremely poor and they have lack of medical facilities and medicines. Poland usually die of curable diseases because they don't have the money to spend on medicine. And Russia, also because of drinking, people die of AIDS because they can't cure themselves, so they have to die, sadly. And right now we're gonna go over their hospital conditions. So as we can see, these are the bathrooms in the hospitals. They're not very clean, as you can see. They don't even have a toilet. They have to apparently do it on the tub, and that is very unsanitary for the patients. Um, these are the floors, and patients can easily like trip over those and then die. Mm, that's their food over there. And oh yeah, I mean, rats can come in there, and then they're not supposed to get in there.